Hi, I'm Jim Monk and welcome to General Insurance Questions for Life Insurance. I'm really excited to be sharing this information with you today, and I'll tell you a little bit about it just in a couple of minutes here. But first, let's talk about what you're going to discover in this little video we put together. First is general life insurance questions. 2 is going to be the types of coverage that are out there. And 3 is medical versus non-medical. And we'll get into the details of specifically what that means here in a minute. So you might be asking yourself, who am I? Well, I've had over 10 years experience in the insurance space, having helped thousands of families myself. I've constantly been asked these questions and felt that it's best to explain them to everyone out there in the marketplace. And again, the way I look at it is, if my customers are asking quite informed questions, well, you probably are too. So you might be asking yourself, why me? Well, why do you get your information from me? Well, one of the things I'll tell you is I've run a very successful operation for one of the largest insurers in the country. I've had the ability to manage an insurance marketing company that works in 42 states with thousands of employees. And the reality of it is I sold one of those companies to a billion-dollar company several years back. So, I've had the ability to be on both sides of it, both selling it and purchasing it for both myself and my family. So I know the value of these things. And so, again, that's a little bit about me, but I want to get into why you're here, which is to learn about the details of these general insurance questions. So, with that, let's get into what the most common questions are that we get asked. So, how much coverage do I need? That's probably the number one question we get. And consider the following items when you're looking at how much coverage you need. First off, there's no magical formula out there. I know some people will stick to a formula, but there's a whole lot of things that you need to consider. And what I would do is I'd take a piece of paper, sit down, and write out all the things that are important to you. You might be the sole wage earner in your family. You may be, whether or not you're a stay-at-home parent, the age of your children, medical expenses, funeral expenses, if you have a child with special needs. There's a lot of factors to consider, and you really need to sit down and think about that before you say, this is how much coverage I need. Number 2 is the types of life insurance products that are out there, and which one's going to be best for you. Well, each scenario is going to be a little different. So when you're considering insurance, look at each product and do your homework, and how they work. First off, term insurance is the cheapest, simplest type of life insurance out there. Term insurance is temporary typically, meaning that the policy or of term life insurance provides coverage for only a certain number of years. It may terminate after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, but there is a termination point. Whole life is the priciest of the 3 principal types of life insurance. There's 3 types of life insurance out there: term, whole, and universal. And whole is the priciest one, but it guarantees a death benefit, it guarantees cash value growth rate, and it guarantees a fixed premium. So again, it's very stable. It's been around for years. Universal life is a permanent life insurance which offers the policyholder the most flexibility. And what I mean by most flexibility is it allows you to change face amounts. It allows you to change premiums in some cases, and so you might want to look at that one as well. There's a lot of different products out there. Number 3, we were talking about non-medical and medical life insurance, which refers to the requirements in underwriting. So these are the things that are required when you're considering buying a product. So non-medical versus medical. What are some of the reasons? Some of the policies will require a medical exam while others will not. Each have their pros and cons. One may be more economical versus another, which might be very quick, which is the non-medical, might be very quick to issue out, but you might pay a little bit more of a premium for it. And depending on the face amount or the coverage you need, you may have to go to a fully underwritten product where they're asking you very detailed medical questions, require your medical information, blood work, in some cases, urine specimens, and so forth. So I'm hoping this helped you out. I hope this is very informative information. By the way, if you need a competitive, non-biased, free quote, check out our website, trithusinsurance.com. It's fully automated. Again, thanks a ton for checking us out. And additionally, if you need to look at other insurance questions or topics, check out again, trithusinsurance.com. Take care.